Good evening, Wilmington, Delaware. This is E Live again. This is show 8, or should I say episode 8, season 1 of L.W.U.M TV. And we're here today with Mr. Johnny Bazemore. Did I say that right, sir?
That's correct.
Okay. And he's a paralegal, a trademark paralegal. And I know all the shows that we've been doing is on Truth and Facts. And we're touched on businesses. We touched on artists, development. We touched on the DJ side of it. We touched on radio personality side of it. So we want to get into the legal side of protecting your interests, your vision, your dreams, your goals. And Mr. Bazemore is going to brush us up on that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So just getting started, I'm going to just straight away. I'm going to give you the floor so the public can get brushed up on who we're speaking with. Mr.
Okay.
Johnny Bazemore.
How you doing? Johnny Bazemore. Welcome and hello, Wilmington, Delaware. I'm excited about this opportunity and you're talking about trademarks.
Yeah,
You're talking
yeah.
about protecting the rights of what we have.
Okay.
Why is it important?
Yeah.
What are we going to do with it? Why does that shirt matter?
Mhm.
Why does that picture present an opportunity for our future to grow?
Okay.
How does that illuminate the business?
Gotcha.
What does it do for us?
Gotcha.
We see it every day. We have to enjoy it, but we have to know that it's important to our culture. As we see Eshawn here, he's going to start. He has a wonderful design here. So
Thank you, brother. I mean,
so-
you're going a little too far, but I'll take it.
But how does he protect that? How does he go and say, hey, this is mine. This is what I developed when I developed my business.
Yeah.
And Eshawn probably going to ask the question, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
You know, we see the shows.
I had to do research.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't just step out there because somebody might take my vision or my dream.
Right.
So I actually had to do some research.
And he did some good research because what we want to share with you is the opportunity of when you're developing your business, what are you going to do to protect the interest? How are you going to be set aside from any other business that's out here? And how can we share it if somebody wants to use it? You know, permissions, rights.
I feel like part of the audience. I'm sorry. I feel like part of the audience right now.
The ability to say, hey, you know what? This is my business, but I'm willing to share it if you're utilizing it in this community or whatever you're doing.
Okay.
So my first thing is that you make sure you find your good trademark attorney.
Okay.
And they're probably gonna ask you, what are you trying to do? Where are we trying to go with it? Are we building T-shirts? Are we using it for letterhead? Let's research and see if anybody else has it. Because we want to make sure that your idea wasn't somebody else's idea 50 years ago, too.
That makes sense.
So when you're out there and you're developing your design and you see it has a true interest and it stands out, it seems unique. It seems unique.
I didn't know that we was going to be using my logo as the topic, but
Right.
hey, I guess it's a good one.
Yeah. And what makes it so good is that with him designing this and building the business and season 1 of his L.W.U.M TV, what better way to start?
Yes. Well, I thank God for that, man, because it all fell into my lap. Now I feel like the show is being engineered to me, but that's a good thing.
Right.
But I'm going to just brush up on it real fast. Wanted to start a TV show to change what was going on with the culture. I didn't like it. So I said, brother, come on, let's go see if we can start a TV show.
Right.
And when we got here, God did the rest. He put us right into class. So we just hit the ground running. We're not going to stand still. And here go the logo, here go the T-shirts, here we go, here goes season 1. And season 1 is ready to wrap up, and we're ready to construct another show.
Wow.
And that's called Delaware's Own Teen Summit. It's
That's
coming
awesome.
soon.
That's awesome. And let me just start elaborating on your logo here for sometime when we looking at this logo, what was the intentions? We see hands here. So if we see another picture with hands, did they have the same intentions that you had when you developed this logo?
Wow. When I developed the logo, my thought process is I want to help, period. My heart always wanted to help. So the vision was it had to be something that was helping people. I didn't know what it was, but it had to be something to help people. So when we first did the logo, it was just black and white hands and a black and white world.
Right.
It wasn't filled in. It was incomplete.
Right.
So we had to let God, and He guided us, and
Right.
here we are, because we gave it to Him.
That's right.
Yeah.
If somebody used this logo that you designed and you sit down and took, would it make a difference if they use different colors? You think? How would? Do you think they would be impeding on your trademark rights if you registered it?
That was the purpose of doing my research. So when we had it taken care of, far as patent or if I'm on the right track, trademarked, there was paperwork we had to do. There was licenses that we had to get. And now that we are the owners of this logo, if it's reproduced, then, I hate to say it, but I might see you in court. But here we are.
Right.
I like how you're doing this too.
Right. And I'm just giving y'all an understanding that he designed this with a plan. His vision to take the steps necessary to follow it. He did his research, as y'all heard him say. He understood the hands had a meaning for him. And you're going to outline that when you start filing your copyrights with the trademark office. And they're going to review these. These are some of the things they're going to review. They want to know that your intention. So when we come back and he said a word that you'll hear a lot. Sue.
Oh, wow.
They have descriptions that's outlined for that logo. That wording, those dots there, the letters, how they're designed, the characteristics that moving the culture forward. That's another word and signifies his logo. It gives it a more promising meaning. So if I took the words away, Eshawn, you think somebody still be impeding on your trademark?
Nah, not at all.
And he has a point there, but I'm gonna go back to this, and I want to just put this disclaimer out there. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm giving you process and procedure of how we get to this point here, how we develop the business, how we get where we can protect ourselves, how we can teach folks that their dreams, their visions that they put on can't be taken away. Because we just follow a couple of steps that we need to move forward. From this logo here, he makes news, his letterhead, he makes jackets, he puts it on his billboard.
Interesting.
To get it going. Because it recognizes and it individualizes your business. Your own business, wherever you go throughout the world. This logo is just not a Delaware logo here. This logo carries a little weight.
Yeah.
As when you registered, didn't they tell you so?
Yes. It's worldwide.
It's worldwide.
Yeah.
So if you go to California and you see this, the first thing I'm going to say is, oh, that's Mr. Eshawn Davis. He let you utilize his logo.
Wow.
And then you're gonna say, oh no. Are you gonna say, where did he get that from? That's when we go to our registration, our design, our business structure, the things that we want to do to develop and be a stronger business and be unique.
Okay.
Eshawn is known by this logo. I never have to say his name, but They can say, yeah, that's Mr. Davis' logo that he designed and he allowed somebody to utilize it. Oh, Isha, how do we allow somebody to utilize it? The audience might be saying, how do they get to understand? Isha, I want to use this for my fundraiser to pass it on. You have to get permissions from Mr. Ishan. We don't know what the cost is. We don't know if it is a promotion where he's standing behind, but we'll have to write Mr. Ishan and let him know why we want to utilize his logo, what we're going to do with his logo, and how is it going to benefit the cause we're doing. At that point in time, Mr. Davis is going to give you the opportunity. He's going to have the opportunity to say yes or no.
Wow.
Because he does not want his logo to be misused or misinterpreted for a bad cause. You know, what was the purpose? Like he said, what was the purpose of your logo when you first designed it? What did you want to do when you...
I wanted to help the world, but I know I couldn't help the world, so I needed to start with my city. But the
Right.
thought process was to help the world. That's why we called it Live World Urban Magazine. But we got to start in our city first.
That's right. That's
So.
right. So, would you be willing to share that logo?
Of course. Yes, I would. I would love to share it because that's what it's all about. We have a brochure. I don't know, I gave you that brochure, but
That's right.
on that brochure, it says our service is a direct connect to our success. And it has the logo and everything going back to it. And that's our slogan. We live on that. We know our service, our giving back, is a direct connect to our future success.
That's correct.
So we want to stimulate businesses with that. And people that even thinking about starting a business.
Right.
You have a vision, you have a dream. That's how I started.
That's right.
Putting it on paper. And then speaking it into existence. And then once you did all of that, now it's time to go get some legal stuff going on.
That's right.
Let's get the paperwork moving. Because see, faith and works work together. So we have to move and act and believe.
That's correct.
And that's all I did. And here we are. So
That's correct.
I am a living testimony. So I give it to anybody. And another thing, you can't sit and wait for something to hit your doorstep before you decide to move.
Right.
You gotta move now. And the way the city is going and the way the world is going, the things that's shutting down in our communities, we have to move now. We can't wait for the government to stimulate our community.
That's correct.
Why can't we stimulate our community?
Right.
So I'm the guy that's real passionate about this.
Right.
That's why I started L.W.U.M TV, because we need a voice selection next year. You know, so I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters finding different routes into what they're doing. You know, maybe your 9 to 5 ain't giving you what you need,
Right.
but you always had a dream.
Right.
You can't be scared to move on your dream now.
That's correct.
We have to move now because the time is right.
That's correct.
When things are bad, people don't know that's when you move.
Right.
You don't wait till they get good. Because if you wait till they get good, guess what? Everybody and their mama's on it. So you got to move now. So that's why we're here with this trademark session. And I brought Johnny Bazemore in, somebody that's a professional at it. See, I don't know everything, but it's my goal, my job, my vision to stimulate Wilmington, Delaware, and probably everybody else on what y'all can do. See, these are things that we can touch. That's why I put them in front of us. We can do this. Like, I'm going to say it again. The third class has started for free directing classes.
Wow.
I think I came by the network last week. I know I'm getting off track, but I got to say it. There was only 2 people in class. This is free directing classes. This is where I started, and here I am now. So I'm passionate about the opportunities that are out there and we're not taking advantage of them. So
right.
Mr. Bazemore is going to take people like you and everybody else that has their own trait their own vision, their own future, and to share it. We're trying to develop a rites of passage to show young brothers and sisters what it looks like to move forward, even if you don't have a 9 to 5.
That's correct.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because what I learned just from experience, I knew it, but you got to go out there and get it for yourself. But what I learned is so many tools out there to start what you need to do. And when you start moving, there's always people to help you.
That's right.
Like, we don't have millions of dollars, but we got our own TV show.
That's right.
Hard work, dedication, and a little faith.
That's right.
I work at Walmart. Okay? So until this takes off, I'll be at Walmart, and I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable in my skin.
But you have your passion.
It's
you
in me.
Your passion.
It's not going nowhere.
You have your passion. And like Mr. Davis just said, I have my passion that I like to see people succeed. I like to see people develop their skills. I like to give them that opportunity. So when I started seeing bulletins and wondering how that was designed and what's the intent, and I started to research and go to school and really develop those thoughts and study trademarks and said, wow, it's an interesting and significant part of growth of any business. Any business you have. Look at all the commercials you see. How did they start? You know, you sit back. I just want to take you back when I was at Southwest and I used to hear the story of how they started on a napkin, and those things were interesting. They was developed. So when I started thinking about trademarks and understanding the logistics of it, I said, wow, there's some folks out here that can utilize some of the stuff I gained. That all the time it's not going to be my opinion, but it's going to be how we're going to reach where we need to go. How we sit down and we scribble on paper sometimes. We just scribble little stuff on paper and we think it means nothing, but we come to the conclusion that it means one thing, that we have a design and a desire to do something and develop it.
Yeah. One of the things that I seen, and I see it all day long, Wilmington, Delaware has a lot of talent.
A whole lot.
But we don't have an identity. So I think we get caught up in a lot of different things to try to find identity. But at the end of the day, I always say, if you have vision in your heart, ground beneath your feet,
right,
you can get out there and do anything that you want to do.
That's right.
It's really possible. I know things look a little bleak. Everybody be wondering how to pay this bill and pay that bill, and the kids is like, I can't go outside, I can't go here,
right,
have no community center. So it's a turmoil all across the board.
Right.
So it's really important that people like me, you, executive producer Ms., we have to stimulate our own economy ourselves in Wilmington, Delaware. And how we do that is, he grab a guy or girl and teach her. You grab a guy or girl and teach her.
Right.
I grab a guy or girl and teach her. Doesn't have a color. You just teach them.
That's right.
Because the kids are our future.
That's
and
right.
if we don't take time out to start training our kids in which way they should go, what's going to happen 5 years from now if we're dealing with Murder Town right now, trying to come in and falsify what we really are?
That's correct. That's
you
correct.
know. So,
but I challenge all the young people to utilize their dream or their thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't care how small it is. I want you to take it and just put it on paper. Hold on to it. And not today, but tomorrow. Just add a little bit to it. And just keep adding a little bit to it. So when you come back, you'll have the picture. People might sit down and look at the logo and design now and say, man, he did that in one day. That took time. And it was step by step.
It's crazy that you say that, because this logo been constructed over 15 years. Literally.
15 years. Y'all hear that? 15 years.
Because it started out as just a black and white circle.
That's right.
Period. With black and white hands.
Right.
that looked like skeleton hands.
Correct.
But as time went on, as the years went on, you're right. It started taking shape.
That's
It
right.
started looking different. I didn't know what was going on, but when we got done, here it is.
That's correct.
And now it's completion. Now it's ready for the world. So
And the world have to be prepared for it. And we can do a lot of things in our city. Draw the murals that what our block means. You know, growing up in New York, that's what we was big on. Art and design was one of the schools y'all probably familiar with, and you know Debbie Allen, the famous actors, and you know Felicia Rashad, and those folks. They used to go in Manhattan, and you used to see in Harlem just murals, and people used to say, "Oh, what is that?"
it meant something.
It meant this is the culture of my block. This is what I really wanted to do. But no two murals was alike.
Is that sort of like them painting the trains back in the day?
That painting people, y'all remember you used to do graffiti, and then we had graffiti
It was
competition.
big.
Right. Those were ideas. Everybody went by name. So when they seen me, I might have been part of the all year scribblers where I drew on bricks and stuff, and I put it on paper and I gave it out. Those are the same things with trademarks.
Wow.
They are just little visions that we protect.
Okay.
That's all we do. We're protecting our vision
Okay.
from being thrown away.
So it's like your future. You're
It's
protecting your future.
It's your future.
Wow.
It's what you are designed to have. and where you're gonna go from.
Wow.
Because everybody gotta have a reason and an image of what they see the world as. You see it, the world as helping. Somebody might see the world as praying.
Yeah.
Somebody might see the world as a satanic figure. Whatever they may be.
That's what they see.
I'm not saying that it's the right thing, but that's your vision
Okay.
that you have to share.
Well, Wilmington, this is an interesting show, learning about how to protect what you have. Wilmington, Delaware, we're back with Johnny Bazemore. I'm sorry I had to take a break, but I did. We want to touch on the violence, sir. I know I speak about it in every show, but I want Wilmington, Delaware to remember, because people are still being killed out there. So it hasn't stopped.
Right.
So we got to keep combating it.
Right.
Everybody comes on this show. I ask them how they feel about the violence. How do you feel, Mr. Bazemore?
It's hurtful. It's I understand one thing about it though. It's energy that we need to put towards something else.
Okay.
It's energy that we can utilize to develop our communities. To build up our communities, to lift each other up, but to be able to have positive discussions. Be able to address issues in a common way. Understand that we have some talents with our anger and our aggression that we can use to turn this city around. I think we have some, in the city of women, we have some people that can develop, young folks that can develop and do some things and build some empires here.
Yeah.
But I think we need some good mentors.
Okay.
I think we need somebody to grab that young man and say, man, I think you are the greatest thing that's happening. Let's work towards this.
Okay.
Let me give you an opportunity. Let me share this vision with you and see what you think about it. Let me give you the opportunity of reviving your vision.
Well, since you just made that statement, sir, how can L.W.U.M TV help your mentorship to the public? You just put it out there.
The way L.W.U.M TV can help the membership is spreading the word that we just want to go and help develop visions. L.W.U.M TV's gonna develop some visions that the people don't even realize. That they're able to go out there to reach the communities and touch the people and talk to the people and bring their visions forward and combine them to build something. We can build something that can go on forever. But our first goal is to have the opportunity and be strong enough to go out there in these communities, see the people as they are, and see what their vision is. What do they want to do? Yeah, I want to be a millionaire. How are we going to get there? What's your ideas of doing it? Well, I want to reach this community. Oh, man, that's great. Young lady, what would you like to do? Man, why don't you build that daycare so you can teach these young children as they grow up different skills that you would have liked to learn when you was coming up.
Here we go with that rites of passage again.
My father said one thing to me, and I'm never gonna forget it. If you don't leave your children better than I left you, you wasting your life. So I gotta look at my kids. I gotta look at my community. I gotta look at the things that's important to keep us going.
Okay.
We have a lot of work in Wilmington to do. We have a lot of visionaries in Wilmington. We have L.W.U.M TV that I'm excited about. I'm excited about somebody taking the opportunity to believe in their vision.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
Mr. Davis, I don't know how to express it. That you have to keep that vision going, but you have to share it too.
Yes. Yes.
L.W.U.M TV got to go out there and share it.
Yeah.
You know, and today we might not reach everybody.
Okay.
But over a period of time.
Yeah.
And as we keep walking, we're gonna reach these young men and women, our doctors out there that's out in Wilmington, our nurses, our